I will go to our implementation project. Do you created any implementation project?
No, Manish, I have not created any implementation project right now, like after
Let,
this new instance.
okay, I will create an implementation project because we need implementation project, right, to do any setups.
Yeah.
Let us put uh, this is already exist. AP. And then I will assign the all the modules, all the setups to this user.
Okay.
We'll include these financials, fixed assets. So I have included the fixed assets. So the first step setup is system controls. So you need to understand the difference between these roles and implementation project. Okay. You see, remember, by using the implementation project, we are not doing any transactions, correct?
Yeah.
Transactions, I'm talking about the invoice creation, payment, these things. But to configure the modules, we are using the implementation project. That is the difference between implementation project and roles. So these roles we will assign to the users in order to perform the transactions. But implementation project will be given to the consultants or IT person who are going to configure the modules or any setups.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the difference. By using implementation project, we will not do any transactions, but we will do configurations. Based on the configuration only, these modules will work.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to brief you about these differences between implementation project and FA roles. So once I complete this FA configuration, then I will assign these roles to my username to do the transactions. These
Yeah.
transactions.
Fine. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So first we will go with manage system controls. Either you can search it here, or if I come down, if you expand this define fixed assets configuration, you will see all the setups.
Yeah.
So first we will go to the system controls. Before we create the system controls, see the difference between other modules and fixed assets is this fixed assets is for only one instance.
Okay.
Instance. This is applies only for instance level, which means that for example, in AP, for example, if you take AP, AR, so here you can create multiple business units, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You can create multiple business units and you can work on it. But in FA, you cannot create multiple systems. It will be only one level. See, in the setup, if you see, this setup is already available in the instance. You cannot
Okay.
create another enterprise for your instance. See, in our case, the enterprise which we want to do is, for example, let us take Tata Motors. Here we want to define Tata Motors Enterprise. But see,
Okay.
we are not able to do this. Why? Because this is instance level. Fixed assets is instance level. Okay.
Okay.
So the enterprise name is Vision Corporation only, but we will create a separate book for us. This asset
Okay.
book. Okay.
Okay.
So if I go to the 1 second. If I go to the asset books, see, these are all the asset books which are already available. I will click on plus. We have two things: corporate book, tax book. Okay, but what I will do is before coming to this, I'll go to the system controls. I just want to show you. Before starting the asset book, first we will complete the system control. If you see in the system control, they have already created this, and then in the flex field, they have attached a category, location, asset key.
Okay.
Okay, and then they have entered automatic asset number. Starting asset number is this 10 lakhs. Okay, and then last number used is 1,12,703. Oldest date placed in service. What I will go one by one. First, what is this enterprise name? For example, you are doing implementation for Tata Motors. You have completed configuration for AP, AR, and everything. Now you are coming to FA. So it will be Tata Fixed Assets or Tata Motors, whatever the enterprise name. Okay. Then oldest date placed in service is nothing but from which date you have the assets in your hand. For example, this Tata Motors is already maintaining the assets in Excel. For example, okay. Now we are implementing Oracle. Okay. In Excel, they are maintaining assets from 2000. Okay. So which means that from 2000 they are having assets data. Correct?
Yeah.
The
Yes,
date
Manish.
will be 2000. Oldest date from which date you are having the asset. So if you enter year 2000, you can migrate all your assets from 2000. If you put 2023, you will not able to create any transactions before 2023.
Okay.
Okay, this is kind of a start date of your fixed assets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in the flex field structure, you have a category, location, and asset key. I'm just going to copy this so that I can query and show it to you because we cannot able to edit it here anything. If you are going to maintain the automatic asset number, you need to enter the what is the starting asset number. Okay, prevent user entered asset number. If you enable this, user will not able to enter the asset number manually. Whatever the number start number we have given, system will continue the sequence from this number. If you uncheck this, even though we have given this, if you enter something in the asset number field, system will take that. Okay.
Okay, Manish. Manish, give me a minute.
Okay.
Yes, Manish.
Okay, sure. So from the system controls, we have taken what is the flex fields which they defined in the system for the setup. So I have taken this. Now I will go to the flex field, manage asset, fixed assets, flex field value sets. So here you choose the assets, module as assets, and click on search.
Okay.
One second, wait. Instead of this, first we'll see this key flex field. So here category is category. So first let me go to this category. Okay. So you remember in GL, we have defined our chart of accounts, and then we have deployed our chart of accounts, and then we have used the chart of accounts, correct?
Yeah.
So like that, in fixed assets, we have the 3 flex fields. These are all the 3 flex fields which are available in the system. Key flex field, category flex field, location flex field. So we can use these 3 flex fields in order to capture our additional information of our assets. For example, let us take a key flex field. This key flex field, for which we can use this key flex field. For example, let's say let's take a Tata Motors, right? Tata Motors. This is enterprise. Category, location. So to complete the system control setup, this is on instance level, one-time setup on instance level. So to complete the system controls, we need to create a 3 flex fields, which is key, category, location. This is the mandatory thing which we need to do. Key flex field, first we'll take key flex field. What we can define in the key flex field? Asset key. See, key flex field is nothing but we can maintain the asset key. What is asset key? For example, in the system control, we have mentioned that system can generate the asset number, correct?
Yes, Manish.
Yeah. So for example, system has generated the asset number, that is system generated one. Let's assume that business have a scenario that they are going to generate the other asset number using this key flex field. Why they are going to do that is, for example, I have a computer. Okay, this computer location is Chennai, and then this computer in the location Chennai, it is available in the HR department. Okay, and then asset number in Oracle is 1. But before coming into Oracle, I have already maintaining this asset in Excel. Okay, that number is let's say CMP001. This is the number. I am maintaining it in Excel. I am taking printout. I tagged this number to my asset. So whenever you go to this Chennai office HR department, if you see this computer, there will be a sticker called CMP001.
Okay, yeah.
You got it,
Some
right?
stickers, yeah, some stickers are pasted on assets like
Yeah. Yes.
laptop on computers, like that.
Using
Mhm.
this key flex field, we are doing this.
Okay.
Okay, so for that, what we are doing is we are creating a one. This is the key flex field name, and then if you see the value set, this is the value set which they created. Standard value set, sequence number 1, display width is 20, category name is segment 1. We will check this value set now.
Okay.
Cancel this, cancel this. I will duplicate the other tab. I'll go to setup and maintenance. Sorry, not setup and maintenance, implementation project. our project is AP implementation project. I will expand this. So now here I have mentioned system controls, right? So before creating a system control, before doing this setup, to do this setup, we need to first complete the asset flex field, these things. Okay. To create asset flex field, so this is the page we are in, correct? To create this asset flex field, we need first value set. Then only we are able to do the asset key flex field. So first setup is manage.
Okay, as like TGL.
Yeah, manage fixed assets, value sets. This one we will do for three key, category, and location. Now, once we done that, for this value sets, we need to create a values. All these three. Then we will create manage fixed assets flex field. Fixed assets. Then manage assets location flex field. Then manage. Sorry. Manage fixed assets key flex field. In that we will have key, category, and location. So first we have taken the from this manage fixed assets key flex field. We have taken the key flex field. So if I go to manage in structure instance, if I open this, I could see the value set created is this one. So I am copying this value set and then I will expand our fixed assets configuration. I will go to value sets. Here I will search it. So this is the value set which they created. Key, independent, value subtype is text, maximum length is 20. So let us see what are all the values we have it here. See, they are maintaining these kind of values in this key flex field. Okay.
Okay.
So like that, now let me go to category flex field. Manage.
Is that the value sets values or should be like any type of assets names like that?
Yeah, that's what it's
Mhm.
purely depend on the business scenario. The business
Okay.
scenario which I talked about is nothing but this tag numbers.
Okay. Okay.
So
We actually we should like put this CMP number there in a value area.
in our scenario, we have discussed about that, but this is the scenario which I got in my implementation project. So I have explained this, but it depends on business per business. Some business will tell that we don't want this key flex field, but we cannot skip this setup because to complete the system control, this is a mandatory one, correct?
Okay. Okay.
So that time we just create this asset key value set and then we will not have any values. We just have only default 000, nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I talk about this category flex field, they have created major category, minor category. Why they have defined this major category and minor category? For example, this is for key flex field. So here I will put key flex field, then category flex field. Under this computer, whether this computer is a hardware or software.
Hardware.
Hardware. But for this computer, there will be some software also, right? That is also your
Yeah.
asset. For
Yeah.
example, you have purchased MS Office for 10 years. That is your asset,
Yeah.
right? Obviously,
Yeah.
you need to show
Yes.
it in your books of accounts. Okay.
Okay.
Now, let's say um, major category, minor category. Let's say computer. Major category is computer. Under minor category, I will have two values. One is hardware, another one is software. Okay. In this minor category, under hardware, no, not like that. How we can give? Let's take computer. Yes, we have a computer, and then in minor category, we will have one hardware.
Okay. Maybe could you
No, no.
explain
Here we will
what
have,
should come under, minor and major categories?
yeah, in this compute, the major category is computer hardware. In this, we will have printer, CPU, UPS, like this. And then same thing, here we will have MS Office license, Oracle Fusion license, Adobe PDF license, something like that. So now you understand. Now I am going to create asset a computer. Okay. So that time, if this computer is related and then I have this computer hardware, I can choose separately. Correct. This printer I can create a separately. The CPU I can create a separately. UPS I can create a separately.
Yeah.
So for that only this major and minor category. So normally in the category we will keep major and minor, and then we will segregate what is your major and what is your minor. For example, land and major is land. In minor we will put Chennai, Ambattur land. And then you have another land, Mumbai, for example, it is in another place, Chennai, OMR land. You got it. If it is building, in minor you will have Chennai building.
Okay. Here, what should be considered like in as any
So
major and minor? Like,
yeah, I will give you the scenario. You just think and come up with what will be the major category and what will be the minor category.
okay.
Okay. Mm, for example, Tata Motors. First, I will complete location also. So if I
Okay.
complete location, you can segregate this key, category, and location. Both the things you can think and do. All the three.
Okay.
Okay. So in the location flex field, nothing but they will create at one location flex field. That's it. In that location flex field, they are going to maintain the locations, whatever they are. See, country, state, city, building.
Okay.
What is this country? What is this county? In the country, they are going to maintain this asset is located in which country. Then state. Under this country, which state? Under this state, which city? Under the city, in which building? Hello?
Okay. Okay, Monish.
Yeah. So now just think Tata Motors. Location is Chennai and Mumbai. Sorry, Tata Motors, India. They are operating in Chennai and Mumbai. I will list down the assets in Chennai and Mumbai. You can segregate. Okay.
Okay.
And then okay. In Chennai they are having land. In Mumbai also they are having land. Under this land in Chennai, they are having land in OMR and Ambattur, since these are industrial area. Mumbai they are having in Andheri. This is for land. Then it is then next we'll go to computer. Now you tell me what first do I gave any scenario related to asset key flex field, whether you will whether you will create an asset key flex field or not. My first question.
Yeah, I create asset key flexible because like the asset key I should assign to this computer, right?
No. Yeah, that is correct. But I
Okay.
didn't mention that here, right? I didn't mention that I am maintaining the asset keys. See, what I'm asking is, I gave you the Tata Motors India. They are in Chennai and Mumbai. In Chennai, they are having land in OMR and Ambattur. In Mumbai, they are having in Andheri. And then they are having one computer in Chennai, one computer in Mumbai. I didn't tell that I am maintaining the asset tag number, and then I have printed that asset tag number in my computer center. Okay, if I what I am asking is whether asset key flex field, do you go are you going to maintain any values in the asset key flex field or not? Hello.
Yeah, I think we should maintain that, right? Because like we have an asset, so that should be.
See,
Mhm.
There is no major category, Manish. How we can maintain?
wait, I will tell you. Wait. See, this three are mandatory to complete the system control setup. True or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
This asset key is mandatory, category is mandatory, location is mandatory. The scenario which I gave, the business which I am having, I don't have a scenario to have some values in the asset key flex field. So what answer I am expecting is, Monish, you are correct. You don't have the asset key values, but still in system that is a mandatory setup. So we cannot skip to create this asset key flex field. What we will do is we will create this asset key flex field and then we will put default 000. Okay, so that you will not in your transactions. But that's what answer I am expecting. Okay, leave that asset key flex field, because no one will not use this. This is just a mandatory setup which we need to do to complete the system controls. For that sake, we are defining this asset key flex field. Now you come up with major and minor categories. What is the major category first you will create for land, and what is the minor category you will create for land, and then what is the major category and minor category? Computer will be confusing. Why? Because I talked about this hardware and software. He didn't tell under computer what are all the things he is having. So leave that. I will put some other thing. I'll put um, building in Ambattur. I have two buildings in Chennai, and then here I put uh, where is Shah Rukh Khan home? Andheri only.
Don't
What are all the major and minor category you will create for these two
Mm,
one by one? First, I will anyone.
land and build
Yeah.
land and building will be in major category.
Okay, I think land is
Land and building both will come in major category, and minor will be the locations. OMR and Ambattur.
I will create one major category called land. In that I will have OMR and Ambattur and Andhiri. Then in the building I will have OMR,
Ambattur,
Andhiri. This is default. I am not going to use anything. This is KFF. This is CFF. Now, location. What are the locations you will create? Country, state, city. So here country will be India, state will be, in state I will be having two values. Chennai, Tamil Nadu and Mumbai. Tamil Nadu and Mumbai. And then in city I will have Chennai and Andheri. Okay. Now, after defining this structure using this, if I am creating one asset in for land, I am land. If I create asset means how it will look is first asset number. This will be based on our system controls. In system controls, let's say starting asset number is 1. Then asset key. We are not going to define anything here, so it will be default. Major, minor. So major is land, OMR, land, Ambattur, location, country, state, city. So India, TN, Chennai. India, TN, Chennai. Country, state, city. Chennai. Chennai, it is in OMR. Are you able to understand this structure? And then asset value, asset cost is nothing but these things. This one. What is the depreciation method? These things. Leave these things. This will you can understand once when you create the transaction. But the structure. So this is your key flex field. This is your category flex field. This is your location flex field. Using these three flex fields, you are creating an asset. Correct?
Yeah.
Understand or it is confusing?
More is like for me, the location category is understandable because like we are using locations there. Okay, but this major and minor, like I do not understand. It's like what should be counted under the major.
Simple. Major
Yeah,
category, minor
the
category is
above
to
example.
differentiate your assets. That's it.
Sorry.
Major category and minor category is to differentiate your assets. That's it.
Okay.
When we
Okay.
create in the system, that time you will get to understand.
Okay. The other example which you gave, like for computer, we are having these the other particles which are connected to that computer. So I can understand that. Okay, the major category is computer and printer and other things are minor. Okay, for here the buildings and
Wait.
uh,
Show
yeah.
some examples using the picture. Let's see whether this gives you in images. Um, Not this one. Let's see what is there. No, this one is not good. This one. This one. Let me check, wait, whether I have anything here. Just give me a few seconds. I will find some examples. I'm just stop sharing my screen.
Okay.
Soundari, are you clear about this major and minor category, these locations, and the 3 flex fields which we talked?
Yes, Monish, I started in between only, but I don't know what you have did before while entering in that instance.
No, we didn't do any setups in the instance as of now.
There is no setups like before we did for general accounting and GL purpose. There's no setups to be added.
No, we have to take the existing structure for GL. Super. I got one example. Let me share my screen once again. Maybe by seeing this picture, you can understand. I just keep quiet. Just see this and then you see whether you are able to understand anything or not. In major category, they are having computer, auto, furniture. Under this computer, they are creating minor category as software and hardware. Under auto, they are maintaining sales, delivery, luxury. Under furniture, they are having office, conference, warehouse. Okay. So major category is computer, minor category is software, hardware. Under this software, they will maintain all the software related assets. Under this hardware, they maintain all the hardware related assets.
Okay.
Like that, they have. Whether this example makes you something clear or you are still confused?
Yes, Manish, like I'm
See,
getting
for,
some idea. Yeah.
we have one asset called printer. Okay, to create this asset in your system, you will choose major category as a computer and minor category as hardware or software. Which one?
Hardware.
Yes.
Hardware. Yeah.
When you create a printer asset in your system, this will be your major category and minor category. For example, in the same scenario, you have a one asset called MS Office license. Okay.
Okay.
Now you will create this asset major category as a computer, and then here minor category as a software.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what. When we create, for example, also, if I go to this, 1 second, wait. This is flex field, right? Let me go to that category flex field. You click on search, this major category, right? Remove this. Let us search with assets. This one is not coming here. Value sets, right? Shared objects. Major category, manage values. See, these are all the categories which they created. Infrastructure, land, machine and equipments, these things. If I go to minor category, manage values, I'll click on search. See, so now you asked about this in the fixed assets value set, and you remember long back you asked me what is this independent and dependent.
Yeah.
So now I will tell you the example of dependent and independent. To create this computer and hardware, first you will create value sets, correct?
Yeah.
So in this example, we go here. The value set which they created is major category. If you see, they have mentioned it's independent. Why? Because this computer major category value set is not dependent to anything, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah, you're right.
if you go to this minor category and then if I click on edit, they have made it as a dependent.
Okay.
Why means because whatever major category we have, for that major category only we are going to create a minor category.
Okay, the minor category is dependent to the major one. Okay.
Yeah, for example, in under the computer we will have hardware, software. So if I create a minor category, value set is a minor category, and then I am mentioning, I make it as a dependent, and then when I make it as a dependent, system is asking what is your independent value set, which is nothing but major category which we created in our previous setup.
Okay.
Now, after creating this major and minor category value sets, if I go to the values, for example, if I am clicking on plus, now I am creating a minor category. I am adding the values for my minor category. Okay, hardware. Let's say hardware means HWRE. See your independent value. You are creating this minor category value for which value, which independent, either building or computer or which one. So I'm choosing my computer. So now it is tagged under this computer.
Okay.
The software. Here I will choose computer.
Okay.
Are you able to understand now, both of you?
Yes,
Yes,
Nisha.
Manish. Yes, Manish.
Set an independent value set of it links. If you disable this, so this is also depends on your business scenario only. Normally, or most of them will keep minor category as a independent dependent, and then they will tag the major category. Okay. Now you just think When it comes to the location flex value sets which they created, check one by one. This is independent. Country, state, city, building. Everything they kept as an independent. There might be some scenarios. For example, you doing implementation Tata Motors globally for USA and India. I'm not sure whether you guys will understand now. Let me try. Let me try to confuse you. See, you are going to implement this fixed assets for these two locations, USA and India. In
Okay.
India, Tamil Nadu, and then Maharashtra. Tamil Nadu, you will have Chennai. Under Maharashtra, you will have Mumbai. Yeah. So, in the location flex field, you are going to maintain the 4 value sets. One is country, state, city, building. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Now, telling Monish, I want this flex fields to be independent to one. Okay. If I choose India location, I should not choose. I should not see this New York in California because this India is not relevant to this. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I should not see this Tamil Nadu, city, Maharashtra, these things. That's what your user is telling. Okay, now what I will do is when I create this country, I will make it as an independent.
Okay. And city, state will be dependent to this independent country, right?
Yes. So that I can link this to this, this to this to this, and this will
Okay.
be this. So when you choose USA, I will able to see only this.
You are continue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what. So these things and all we will discuss when we get the recommend from the business. Normally, how we will work on this FA is um, before doing any recommend gathering with the business, we will get the asset book, asset register from the client.
Yes.
Because
Whatever the assets are.
yeah. So by
Okay.
seeing that, we will able to know what are all the things which they are maintaining in their asset register, whether they are having asset number, asset location, asset category, everything. Based on that, only we will come up with the things what we need to do and what suggestion we can do. For example, by seeing the asset register, we understand that they are not maintaining the asset categories properly. Now we can tell to the business that you have an option in Fusion where you can segregate your asset categories separately, so that whenever you take any report, you can segregate your asset reports based on these asset categories. You can maintain your asset location in such a way that you can create a multiple value sets like a country, state, city, building, whatever you want, so that you can track your asset based on your asset location. So these things you can come up only when you see the existing asset register which they are maintaining in the system. Okay.
Okay.
Now we talked about this. Let me go back. So today we talked about this structure. Once we completed this structure, then we are attaching our structure to our system controls. So system controls, like it is fixed assets, is not like our other modules like API or where you can have a multiple business units and multiple things. This system control is on instance level. For one instance, you can keep only one enterprise structure in FA.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what you need to understand in the FA module. And other one is, yeah, here also I can mention it. FA is on fixed assets module is on enterprise. The model is on instance level. In one instance, we will be able to create only one enterprise structure. These are all the questions which they ask in an interview. Okay, so once we complete the system control, then we will go to the asset book. We go to our implementation project. Asset book. So if you see here, I will keep it as a blank. You can see multiple asset books. Okay, in the asset book, you need to understand when we create asset book, we will have two classes. One is corporate book, one is a tax book. So you need to understand between what is the corporate book, what is the tax book. Anbu, you know what is US GAAP, IFRS, those things?
No, Monish, you know where it will be used so that I could relate.
Any idea about IFRS, US GAAP?
No, not sure about that.
Soundarya, are you aware of about anything like what is US GAAP, what is IFRS?
No, I can't able to catch what you are saying.
1 second.
Maybe I could have.
Hello? What I'm talking, I forgot. What is IFRS? Okay. See, to know your profit and loss in India, in US, in India we have Income Tax Act, Companies Act. Just you know these two?
Yeah. Yes.
And what about you?
Yeah, yes, Monish.
Okay. So in US we call it as US GAAP. So
Yeah.
whenever you run a business in
Okay.
India, if you prepare a financial statement, it should comply with your Companies Act as well as Income Tax Act.
Income Tax Act.
Income Tax Act is nothing but our government. Companies Act is nothing but the law which created by government.
Okay.
Both are government. In US it is called US GAAP. Okay. So when you do financial statements, your financial statements will comply with both your Companies Act as well as Income Tax Act. Okay. So what government says is for car you should calculate depreciation 10%.
Okay.
Let's say Income Tax Act says car car should have for example not depreciation, let's say asset life. Income Tax Act says when you create a car in your books of accounts, the asset life car should be maximum 10 years.
Okay.
You should not maintain your car in your books of accounts for more than 10 years. That's what Income Tax Act says. Okay. Wherein practically you have a car, physically you have a car more than 10 years. Correct? It is possible, right? But
Yeah.
no. You should not show car as an asset in your books more than 10 years.
Okay.
But physically you have your car for more than 15 years. So what government says is if you maintain your car more than 10 years, you will calculate depreciation, and then if you calculate depreciation, you will debit your depreciation in your P&L. so that your profit will be reduced. If your profit will be reduced, your tax also will be reduced.
Okay.
Okay.
But you have this asset for 15 years. You want to reduce your profit by creating these two. Okay. So in our you have two options called corporate and tax. Okay. So if you want to maintain a separate book for your tax related thing, whatever assets you are going to create, you can create your asset in this tax book, and then you can maintain those things separately. Whatever you want to do it for your company purpose, you can use it in the corporate book, and then you can maintain the assets. For example, normally we will create a two book. One is car book, another one is tax book. Okay, in this tax book, we will not create any assets. Whatever assets we are creating in the corporate book, it will be automatically created in the tax book. That is the system functionality. Okay. Hello.
Okay. Okay.
For example, I will show it. Let's see this tax book. AU Council. See, they created for this AU Council, this guy first created corporate book and then he created one tax book. If I open this tax book, he will be linking his corporate book here. Since this is the tax book, see here, associated corporate book.
Okay.
So whatever assets which he creating in this corporate book, it will be automatically created in the tax book. If you want to make any changes in your tax book saying that in tax book asset life for this car is 15 years, then you will update the asset life. In the corporate book, it will be 10 years, something like that. Whatever financials which you want to change in your tax book, you can make separate changes separately. For tax book, we will not calculate depreciation. For corporate book only, we will calculate depreciation. Now it will be difficult for you to understand, but when you do the things, you will able to understand.
Okay.
See, healthcare, they have two things: corporate book separately, tax book separately. Corporate book, US corporate book, associated corporate, nothing but same thing only. They are giving ledger. So once they assign this ledger, by assigning this, system automatically knows that by ledger what will be the business unit. Why? Because there we have done one setup called assign business unit function. In that we have linked for this particular ledger what is the business unit, what is the legal entity. Remember?
Yes, Manish. Yeah.
So by choosing the ledger, system automatically knows these things. I think today we covered many things. Maybe if you want me to continue, I will continue, or else I will explain you. Before creating this corporate book, you see they have chosen the. I will click on plus. That will be better. Corporate book. This ledger we can choose whatever we want. We need to know what is depreciation calendar, fiscal year, prorate calendar. So this chart of accounts and all, whatever ledger we are choosing, based on that it will pop up. For example, if we choose, and you remember in this setup, this healthcare is already available. So which means that they are cloning with some data.
Yes, Manish.
So if I choose this, healthcare US primary ledger, obviously, if you go here, you will see that entity, department, account, sub account, this chart of account. This is your real structure.
Yes.
Okay. So now you remember that day I just directly entered what are the setups we need to do. Now I am arranging the things. To complete system controls, first we need to complete the structure. To complete
Okay.
the system controls, I need category flex field, key flex field, category flex field, location flex field. To complete the flex field, first I need to create the value sets for key, category, location. Correct?
Yes, Mahesh.
So to complete the asset book, I need to first complete my prorate calendar and then depreciation calendar. So I will put this here. I don't know this, nothing but asset calendar. Okay. So tomorrow, I think we will complete these things and then directly go to the asset categories. Just try to recap whatever
Okay.
today. Someday you can also watch the 10 or 15 minutes which you missed. Okay.
Okay, Manish. Sure.
Okay. And then tomorrow I will recap everything and then I will go to the three things. I can understand that it's a little difficult, but once you are familiar, this FA model is very easy actually. Why? Because uh, the setups are very straightforward. It will be linked. Every setup is linked. For example, if you go to system control, by seeing the system control, you will understand that to complete the system control, we need category flex field, location flex field, key flex field.
Okay.
Okay. To complete the system control, we need the three flex field. To create the three flex field, first we need to create a value sets. It is like uh, descending
Linked
order.
module.
Yeah, that's what. To complete the asset book, first we need to create depreciation calendar, prorate calendar. To create the asset
Okay.
calendar, first we need to create the
Okay.
category flex fields.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Any doubts, you just ping me.
Sure.
Okay, Mahesh. Please share this Excel